Trigger warning. This video discusses unaliving, violence, trauma, and themes of cult imagery. This video is for commentary, analysis, and entertainment purposes only. Any clips, music, or photos of artists shown in this video are used for illustrative purposes only and not intended to imply involvement, endorsement, or connection to crimes or themes discussed in this video. This video is to explore cultural myths, media influencers, and public fascination with selling your soul as a metaphor, not a factual claim. The crimes discussed were committed by individuals acting on their own. Music, film, artist reference are part of the broader cultural conversation and should not be interpreted as causes of violence. Viewer discretion is advised. If you find any of these topics disturbing or triggering, click off now.
All alone in an empty room, nothing left but the memories.
We all know the trope. A band struggling suddenly skyrockets to global fame overnight. They've got the look, the sound, and something else. Something inhuman. In the 2009 cult classic Jennifer's Body, the band Low Shoulder takes us to a literal gruesome extreme, sacrificing a virgin to the devil to secure their rise to stardom. It's a biting satire of the music industry, but here's the really unsettling part. For some, these stories aren't just metaphors. They are reflections of a real-world, terrifying reality. Today, we're peeling back the curtain on a connection between Jennifer's Body and a tragic true crime case, and why we're so obsessed with the idea of trading souls for success. This is Megan at Rabbit Hole Radio. Let's get into it. While Jennifer's Body is a fictional horror comedy, it was heavily influenced by cultural anxieties of the 90s, specifically the tragic 1995 murder of 15-year-old Elyse Pahler. 3 teenagers in California murdered Pahler, claiming they were following the instructions of their favorite metal band Slayer. They believed by committing this act, they would gain the dark, supernatural powers of the band members. It's vital to acknowledge that this was a disgusting, real-world crime. It wasn't a deal with the devil. It was the result of disturbed individuals seeking justice for violence in music they listened to. However, this case became a flashpoint for the satanic panic, fueling the belief that rock music was the gateway to actual occult sacrifices. You're probably wondering, why does this myth endure? It's not a new thing that everyone's been talking about. It's something that's been spread around for years. An example is Robert Johnson. The Blue legend is said to have met the devil at Crossroads to trade his soul for guitar skills. And then you have the 27 Club, the morbid fascination with stars like Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, Amy Winehouse, and Kurt Cobain dying at their creative peak often leads to people searching for hidden dark explanations rather than the harsh realities of addiction, mental health, and an industry of exploitation. The pattern is always the same. A performer becomes too good to some people's opinion. They think they're too good to be human, so they decide they must have had help from the other side. But if we strip away the supernatural, is there a kernel of truth to the idea that fame requires sacrifice? The music industry has a long documented history of consuming artists. We see it in the intense pressure to stay relevant, the stripping away of personal identity, and the brutal grind that leaves young stars burned out before they're even 25. In Jennifer's Body, the band literally consumes a person to gain power. In the real industry, fame often consumes the artist instead. We project our fears that consumptions onto these stars, turning their struggle into a dark occult fairy tale. Why do we love these theories so much? It's because the truth is much scarier. It's a lot more comforting to believe that a band reached the top because they signed a contract with a demon than to accept that our culture creates, elevates, and eventually discards human beings for profit. Jennifer's Body works because it's a mirror. It shows us that while there might not be demons in the boardroom, the industry itself can be a pretty hellish place to survive. But I want to hear from you. Is the deal with the devil just a harmless urban legend, or is it a necessary metaphor for how we treat our biggest stars? Let me know in the comments. And if you want to see more videos like this one, please hit that subscribe button and hit that like button so I know you're watching. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.